So I find it hypocritical how some black people celebrate Halloween, but call voodoo, which is an indigenous African like system from West Africa, they call that shit satanic. So it just doesn't make any sense for me for like the hypocrite, like like the hypocrite like aspect of it. Like, how are you gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna celebrate Halloween," but call voodoo satanic or whatever? That doesn't even make any sense to me. Like, it's just something that I need to talk about because it's just like it's been on my mind for a little bit. And like I grew up celebrating Halloween. Like, my mom and dad, they let me go out and trick or treat. They let me put my costumes on and stuff like that. But I find it crazy how black people be like, "Oh, we can celebrate Halloween, but we gonna call voodoo satanic." That doesn't make any sense. Like, voodoo is an indigenous, like, West African system. Um, Now I think it is mainly from Benin and Togo, that region. But I'm in the process of saving up to go there soon, to actually see what it is that they follow and things like that. Because I want to create. I'm in the process of also, I've been debating whether what I wanted to do when I'm in school again, because I have my associate's degree, but I want to go back for my bachelor's degree. But I don't know exactly what I want to like finish in, whether I want to finish in video game design or what's the other thing? Graphic design. So I was debating, but then I'm like, okay, I got to visit like an African country because I got to know what industries are available in those countries and what countries are actually have the infrastructure for the type of stuff that I'm trying to create. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to just go over there and then be like, oh, they don't even have the infrastructure and um, the industries or anything like to go over there. So, I mean, when I go over there to actually build build like a platform for for my video game, because like the Black Panther video game was canceled, and apparently, uh, I'm not sure exactly who. I gotta look at who was in charge of the video game design part of that and everything. But see, I was like, okay, maybe I can go back to school for that and then like apply for an internship there and maybe help them with the design because I know how to draw. I just haven't been working on it in a while. Like I know how to draw, I know how to paint, but there's certain like aspects you got to know to art and things like that. Like there's different I guess what's the word I'm looking for? There is different structures to art and things. Cuz I've been working on like a lot of paintings and sketches lately, but not like a lot of um when you try to create your own story idea, that's another thing. Cuz I'm trying to create my own story idea and I really have to go to the motherland to understand like what it is, the cultures and stuff like that. If I want to create like authentic indigenous African like comic book, you know what I mean? Like here, like it's just like oh, like we'll have like stories here that'll be like what was some of the black cartoons that they had in the USA? It was the PJs, Fat Albert, um what was another one? Oh, the Proud Family. I'm trying to think. When I create mine, I want mine to be like based on like an indigenous African like culture. So I've been watching Shaka Alimbe, which is like a show from South Africa. So you get to see black people, like indigenous black people in their their actual natural like environment and like the customs and everything like that. They pray to the ancestors and all these different things. And you get to learn you get to see a little bit of that. So like over here, I don't get to see that. You know what I mean? Like they came out with Shaka Zulu and Black Panther, But it's like we don't get to see that consistently, like how like people in Africa get to see that shit. Like they get to see it in Nollywood, they get to see it like it's like they get to see that all the time. So that's the stuff that I want to see for real. Like, so I just came on. I wanted to really talk about this Halloween and hypocrisy between black people, how they be sitting there celebrating Halloween and stuff like that. Because Halloween is coming up. They be celebrating Halloween and stuff like that, but then they demonize like voodoo. Like, so you gonna celebrate like uh, you're gonna celebrate like um you're gonna celebrate Michael Myers and Chucky and all these different like Halloween cartoons and like Halloween movies and stuff like that as a black person, but you're gonna demonize voodoo. I'm from the United States. Where are you from? I just don't understand how you gonna demonize voodoo, but then you celebrate Halloween as a black person. So like what Halloween has black people doing is they're conjuring up. I'm gonna be a smooth criminal for Michael for Halloween. That's funny. I actually have a video coming up soon. I just gotta learn the in and outs because I'm an anime fan and stuff like that. I have a video coming up soon on like those of y'all that watch Naruto Shippuden will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like I don't understand how black Americans celebrate Halloween, some of them, not all of them, but like some of them celebrate Halloween, right? And they'll be conjuring up Michael Myers and Chucky and Scream and like all these different these like these these movies that are based on white people in like their Halloween, but they don't conjure up the ancestors that for voodoo they call voodoo satanic, which is the actual black like malevolent force system for black people. So they celebrate these white like horror stories, but they don't celebrate the black horror stories from the motherland. And this is where education comes into play. I'm talking about how some black people are hypocrites because they be sitting here celebrating Halloween, right? But they call voodoo satanic, which is from Africa, like West Africa. Because Halloween's coming up. Like, it's coming up, and I'm going to come on here. I'm going to be coming on here to talk about Halloween for real. Because, like, I just don't understand that. I don't get that. Like, how are you going to celebrate this but demonize yours? It don't make sense. Make it make sense, please. Can somebody please make it make sense? Somebody please make it make sense to me. Because it's not adding up and it's not making sense. It's not adding up and it's not making sense to me. Halloween, but you're black. Voodoo is satanic, but you're black. Think about that for a second. Think about it. Because this is not talked about enough. This is not talked about enough. We got people out here celebrating Michael Myers and Chucky and Scream for Halloween that are black, but they call voodoo satanic. Please make it make sense. I gotta, somebody please write a one in here if they understand what I'm talking about. They celebrate everything that don't got nothing to do with them. Like Halloween should really be about us, like talking about the African ancestors, like that like died in some type of horror or something, it should not be about us dressing up as Michael Myers and Scream and Chucky and the Chainsaw Massacre and all these like stories that are based off of white serial killers. Not really like they're not really realistic, but some of them I think was based off of true stories. I have to look it up. But they be celebrating that stuff. They be sitting there celebrating that type of stuff and don't be knowing what they be doing when they be celebrating that stuff. Like you got to know what you are celebrating and what you're putting your money into because a lot of them don't understand that. Maybe they do understand it, but they just do it for fun. Like, oh, my nephew.
You on the phone?
No, hi Elijah.
Backyard. It's
Fence.
hot. I gotta change you too. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, my little nephew is here today.
Cat. Cat. Alright.
No, I think that they should be able to celebrate. They should be able to celebrate things, but there needs to be like an education. You left the door open. Oh, my bad. I feel like they can celebrate Thanksgiving. Like this is the thing. Because we learned like a lot of black people go to public schools. There it's rare for them to go to private schools, for example. The private school curriculum is completely different for what they learn in private schools versus what they teach us in public schools because I went to public school. You know, the curriculum is completely different versus private schools. So in school, they teach us like the watered down version and like only one side of the story of things. Like like they're teaching us the side that paints every holiday as pleasant and things like that. Like Thanksgiving, for example. Thanksgiving for the indigenous slash Latino community is like a horror for those that are decolonized in mind. They understand what that shit meant. They understand that meant colonialism and stuff like that. Yeah, they understand that like the Latinos and stuff like that have a decolonized mindset. They understand that for them is different. That meant colonialism, Christianization, Catholicism, and things like that. Them being warred with different like ethnic groups here before the Europeans and stuff. But black people celebrate Thanksgiving. Some of us celebrate Halloween. And what I don't get about Halloween is how are y'all going to sit up here and celebrate Michael Myers, Chucky, and Scream, but y'all don't want to celebrate the ancestors for Halloween. You know what I mean? Like it just don't be making sense to me. I'm sweating, y'all. I'm sorry. It's hot out here. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you don't know what you're conjuring up. You guys are doing this ritual every year. Your kids do it. They go out and they ask for candy and stuff like that. Like I understand it's supposed to be fun, but really like Halloween is really them celebrating as a black child. What that does to their psychology growing up until they're like, like ages 4 to like 18 years old. Like 14 years of psychology like for them to be celebrating like Michael Myers, Chucky, and like Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean? Like, so, like for real, like they should really just be really thinking about and pondering what they're like thinking, like what they're celebrating, what they're putting their money into. Like, I don't understand if kids are dressing up as Bluey and things like that, like fun stuff, like Sesame Street. But like, I don't think they should be really be like. No, I don't have none yet. I don't have any. You know, I don't have any kids yet. It's really hot out here. Yeah, I'm not allowing them to just like I'm not going to allow them to celebrate Halloween because I want them to be educated about their African ancestors. There's so much division on social media. Like, and I know I talked about this before. There's so much divisiveness, like, based off of where their mindset is, like, black people's mindset. Like, Certain ones are like against Africa. Some people are against Africa. A lot of us are mixing, mixing out. I mean, technically, I am single, but not really. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. How that's crazy to me. How we be conjuring up Michael Myers and Jeffrey Dahmer and what's some of these other Disney movies that we watched as kids? Let me see. What's some of the Halloween Disney movies that I watched as a kid? Um, I can't remember too many. Oh, what was it with Tia and Tamara? What's their names? The twins. They was in that Halloween movie or whatever. What was the other one? Um, let me see. Like, not all that is bad and stuff like that, but it's just like they need to watch what they're putting their money into. Why not really? You must be liking someone. What do you mean? I must be liking someone. I must be liking who? Peace to all my haters. Peace to all my haters. You ain't got no haters. Tia and Tamara. Yeah, what was that Disney movie they was in when they was younger? It was a Halloween movie. They be celebrating that. We be celebrating Halloween and shit. No, I'm single. Single, but I'm not on here, you know, flaunting all that I'm single and stuff like that. Like, it's fine to be single as long as if you happy with yourself. You don't really need to be dating. But like, this is just what it is out here. But yeah, I remember Sister, but they were in some type of Halloween movie. I forget. Then there was you got these black kids growing up watching Hocus Pocus. Um, what else? Let me see. Disney and Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. They be having the Halloween specials and stuff. And I just feel like, as a black person, you should not be celebrating no damn Halloween without not with not understanding your ancestors, who the ancestors were, and what that stuff actually like for Mexicans, like the Native Americans slash Mexicans, they have Day of the Dead. Now, what was that in Africa? You know what I mean? Like, what was it? It was called, like, certain parts in West Africa is called voodoo. But black people, because we're Christian and we're Muslim, and it's very rare to find an atheist black person. Like, most of them are Christian. Most of them are Christian, and most of them are Muslim. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Most of them are Christian or Muslim. And I just don't understand it, bro. I don't understand the mindset. Like, you say I'm too beautiful to be single. Well, I am. I am single because these guys, a lot of guys that I used to meet when I was younger, when I was a little more insecure and things like that, I met them from the internet. I'm not going to sit up here in front because after I left high school, the things that was popular at the time was online dating. It was like things were being launched like Tinder, OK Cupid, and like on there, like white men outnumber black men statistically, on the dating apps. No, I'm not in my 20s. They outnumber um they outnumber black men statistically on the dating apps, right? So when black women get on these apps and they're swiping left and swiping right, you're more of the chances of getting a date from a white guy is higher than getting a date from a black guy. You know what I mean? When you're using the dating apps. So that's what was going on. Like, I was getting more matches. I wasn't particularly getting dates, but I was getting more matches from white guys than black guys. You know what I mean? And no, how old do I look? I mean, I don't have no makeup on right now. No, I'm not in my teens. And no, I don't want to go back there either. I don't want to go back to no teenage years, man. Them years are over, and thank goodness they are. But what I'm talking about is Halloween for real. Like Halloween has has black people so lost. Like they be buying these t-shirts. I be seeing them be wearing that shit. Like why aren't y'all wearing like the black ancestors t-shirts? Like why aren't you guys wearing like things like that have to do with the ancestors? Why are you guys wearing Chucky, Scream, and Michael Myers on your shirt? Like that's really crazy to me how they be wearing that shit and be walking outside like that shit is normal and stuff. They be wearing that stuff. Think about it. Think about what Halloween psychologically did to black people. Think about it. Think about what think about what Halloween did to black people psychologically. No, but I got family down in Georgia. Think about what Halloween really psychologically did to black folks that celebrate that shit. Think about it. After emancipate, I can't even pronounce the word emancipation. They came out of slavery, and then a few years later, they start celebrating some damn Halloween, trying to free themselves. But they sitting here watching movies, getting chased around by white people that are serial killers. That's crazy to me. That's really fucking crazy. It don't make no sense. It won't make no sense. My chillin', my chillin' will not be celebrating no damn Halloween. Yeah, it does something to their psyche. Like if you're trying to come out of enslavement and you're going to be sitting there celebrating Halloween and Santa Claus from the North Pole, like these tales are from Europeans. Like Santa Claus from the North Pole. Santa Claus is coming from the North Pole. Was no black person up in no North Pole. Like wasn't no black people up in the Arctic Ocean and stuff like that. Y'all was not in no igloos, bro. Y'all was out in the Sahara desert and y'all was out in the forests. So start telling your own stories, learn about your own culture. It instills a sense of pride in you and a remembrance. I'm Chilean. Oh, you're Chilean? Oh, you're from Chile. You are from Chile, so you're from South America. They be sitting here, black people get on my nerves with this shit. Like, some of them swear to God that they got Native American in their bloodline, and they don't got no damn Native American in them. Like, they don't. A lot of them don't. A lot of them have African and European in their blood. And they be sitting here lying. They be sitting here so confused because of public schools and because of what their grandmother and grandfather told them about having Native American in them, bro. Like, that is really funny to me. Like, once I took my DNA test and I found out that yeah, I said chilling. I don't got no chilling. Fuck you talking about? But, that shit is really crazy to me, bro. Halloween is really like, and it shows like some Christians are hypocrites. Like they be letting their like kids celebrate Halloween, but y'all be praying to Jesus on Sunday. Yeah, I'm from the north. Like it's really just think about what Chitty like. This is the stuff we used to grow up watching. as black kids. We grew up watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What black people was in there? And then Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Mr. Rogers. Like it really is crazy to me. Like it's really crazy. What else is some? Oh, black people will watch Game of Thrones and shit. They'll watch Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and shit like that. But they'll call voodoo demonic. Like Harry Potter is literally based off of like European like witchcraft, but they'll call voodoo satanic. Make it make sense. Please, somebody, can I get it? Can I get an ashe? Somebody, please make it make sense, bro. Like, please make it make sense. And what's another thing we'll be watching? Not saying like none of this is bad, but we're literally watching like white stories, and psychologically, as people that want to be mentally free, what does that do to you psychologically? You still looking at them as your your as your superior, and you're looking at them as your as a place that you want to fit into that you could never fit into. Yeah, we grew up watching. Well, I watched Tweety Bird, Tom and Jerry. You know they had Popeye, but some of them cartoons was racist as fuck. And I just learned that they took out a lot of different stuff from some of these cartoons that was racist as hell. Like there's this one YouTuber that I was watching, and he was on there looking at the different like cartoons that they cut out like certain clips, and people were so butthurt. Like black people were commenting saying, "Oh my God, like this is so racist," because it's showing them living in like the projects and stuff, which is true. Like black people did live in the projects, and some of them still live in, welfare areas and Section 8 and things like that. So, what is there to be so ashamed about? Like people that are so um, miseducated and indoctrinated that don't know their ancestors are going to be a people that are ashamed and guilt ridden for life. They don't know their ancestors, bro. And now y'all celebrating Juneteenth. Y'all still don't know the ancestors. Because y'all still sitting here criticizing voodoo. How are you going to be celebrating Juneteenth and Halloween and you don't know the ancestors, bro? Y'all don't know the ancestors. They don't know the ancestors. A lot of them can't even speak an indigenous African language. So make it make sense. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense, y'all. Stop being hypocrites. Like, that shit don't make no sense to me. But I had to come on here to delay this message because the ancestors wanted me to delay this message because people are lost. People are lost and they need to be re-educated about the ancestors. I know a lot of us are just trying to make it, but please just set some time aside and pray to your ancestors, bro. Learn an indigenous language and learn about the ancestors, man. I'm out. Peace.